I think the most fundamental challenge is not white supremacy. It's black inferiority and the abiding appetite amongst the black elite to function on the basis of white embrace. Number one. If we ourselves, even our thieves, are not patriotic, when they steal from Africa, they invest in Europe.
So I want to share with you guys this very interesting, educating video I came by 2 days ago, was it? Yes, 2 days ago this video was suggested to me here on YouTube. Africa is not broke, but it is broken. Brian Kagoro is a Zimbabwean author, Pan-Africanist, human rights activist, amongst other things. I just want to give you guys an idea of what the man is about. So now that we've done all the necessary intros, without further ado, let's let the clip roll.
I think the most fundamental challenge is not white supremacy. It's black inferiority and the abiding appetite amongst the black elite to function on the basis of white embrace. Number one. If we ourselves, even our thieves, are not patriotic, when they steal from Africa, they invest in Europe. The people in charge of governance systems steal and invest elsewhere as an indictment or an affirmation of their own incompetence and incapacity. But the second bit is that I think both His Excellency Musa Faki, Professor Lumumba, and the minister indicated, when you grow a disconnect between the people who give you legitimacy, who are the ultimate resource for the transformation of any nation. Number two, in all our countries, anybody, the age group of the people sitting at this table, when you are out of government, you are finished. The state has absolutely no use of the experience, the expertise, and the resources. We are constantly going elsewhere to look for experts that we either have in the diaspora or we have in our countries. The inability to build, retain, use our own local expertise and experience.
What this man is talking about is a problem that I believe, in my humble opinion, goes even beyond our leaders. I feel like even the everyday African, the everyday black person has this problem of going to seek or outsource for things that you can't get from your own people. There was something this very good sir said earlier that I picked up on. He said, when you grow a disconnect between the people that legitimize you. That statement is heavy and I feel like it needs to be highlighted. Because what our people have not come to realize yet, which is unfortunate in my opinion, is that the only people who would ever have your back 100% is only our people. No other group of people would have your back like your people will. We legitimize each other. We have each other's backs. Take my platform, for example. I would not be where I am today here on YouTube if my people are not subscribing to my channel and continuously tuning in to listen to what I have to say. My people here on YouTube have legitimized me on this platform. I would be a freaking nobody on YouTube if my people are not subscribing to my channel. So again, they have legitimized me. Where the error now would come in that we continuously see in some of our people, right, is that after we have been legitimized by our people, they have given us name, notoriety, money by supporting whatever we are doing, we then now take this name, this money, all of that to go and reach and give to other people. And it is very unfortunate that time and time again we continuously see people in our community do this. I know this good sir was talking from a political standpoint, but then again, like I said earlier, I'm saying that everyday Nigerian, everyday African, everyday black person does this as well. This does not only happen on the political level. If you really want to break this down very simply, in my humble opinion, it is wickedness. It is wicked of you to take all that your people have done for you and then you go throw it into someone else's community. When you were coming up, these people did not know you. They did not support you in any way, shape, or form. But now that you have blown, right? Now that you've made it big, now you want a lawyer. Now you are looking for an architect. Now you are looking for a plumber. Now you are looking for an editor if you are a YouTuber. Instead of you to come back to your community and give back because they were the ones who gave you, they were the ones who legitimized you, you take all of that and you go pump it somewhere else to a group of people that could not give half an F about you, that did not even know where you were coming from. People that have never supported you and would never support you even. That's the people that you go and give all the resources to. Like, it's very unfortunate and sad. And yes, it's wickedness. It is.
You people like to say, let's forget, let's not blame anyone. Please, stop that nonsense. When the Holocaust happened against the Jews, it was 1940s, 45. Not a single African country other than Ethiopia and those who had not been colonized was free. The first African country got independent 1957. There is not a single Jewish person who will allow you to forget the Holocaust. And in fact, there are crimes, not just in Israel, across the world against denial of the Holocaust. US foreign policy, Israeli foreign policy is very key. It's a central issue. Africans, for some reason, must forget something that happened 50 years ago, if you are Zimbabwe 80 years ago. Listen, we must always remind our friends from Europe and elsewhere that slavery was a crime against humanity, as is colonialism and neocolonialism. That killing Sankara in 1984 because you are opposed to communism and plunging his country into chaos that you are now trying to solve as a problem of poor governance is a shared responsibility. So we will take responsibility for our nakedness. But for goodness sake, a naked emperor cannot lecture us about how to be clothed. And I'll tell you the contradictions. When Europeans first came here, if you come to the south of the continent, ladies did not wear long skirts. And they did not cover their top. Then they said, no, that's indecent. So we covered everything, including the head. And then the Europeans have decided to go nude now. Now the dress code in Europe is pre-colonial Africa. And then when our kids try and dress up that way, we say it's an African. We are confused around ownership. So lastly, Chairperson, the taboos. You see, Chairperson, we need to talk about global anti-black racism, the treatment of African migrant laborers in the Middle East, in the Arab world and in the Asian world and in Europe is a matter for the African Union to constantly pronounce itself on. And I'm glad, Chairperson, you issued a statement on George Floyd, but I'm waiting for the African Union resolution from last January on reparations. There was a formal policy of the United States government in 2015 for reparations by companies behind the Holocaust. There needs to be, the conversation on reparations is not to be settled by African political elites, right? Today, Zimbabwe is paying back white commercial farmers reparations. But when you talk about any reparations, it's like the black body is not worth repair. What we must do is endure, be resilient, go forward, don't look back, trudge on. But today with the scramble of Africa that PLO was talking about, they will interfere here whether we put in place the right policies or we put in place the good governance. Why? They need the lithium. And if your right policy is not consistent with their green energy transition that they control, they will take you out and they will cause instability. We cannot do it as single countries. We are not uniting because it's the good thing to do. We are not uniting because it's the principled thing to do. If we don't unite, we will perish. If each one of our small countries, as economically unviable as we are, rush in order to prove distinctiveness, I'll tell you what will happen. We will be so fragmented intellectually, politically. Our institutions will have no meaning.
Listen, Mr. Brian Kagoro was just going and I did not want to interrupt his flow. Everything he was saying on point. This conversation is way longer than this. Mr. Kagoro said way more. The video is like 15 minutes long. I didn't want to bring the whole video here because I want you guys to go listen to the whole thing on Afro Roots channel. It's interesting to see that the elders are having this conversation and that, they're bringing the African Union into it. And hopefully, the conversations they had here, they are going to take seriously and start doing things that they need to do to secure our position. I love that he also brought in the diaspora into this conversation. This is how you know a true Pan-Africanist. It's not someone that is only thinking about the Africans here on the continent. Our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, they are our people too. So when we're having these conversations, we do need to include them. We need to fight for our people globally. Emphasis on globally. The mindset is simple. If you are not free, I am not free. If you are hungry, I am hungry. If you are homeless, I'm homeless. If you are not secure, I'm not secure. This is the mindset we need to have as a people. The mindset of unity, the mindset of community, the mindset of all or nothing. This truly was a very interesting video. I enjoyed watching it and I wanted to share with you guys as well. So do let me know down below in the comment section what you think. If you want to check the full video out, it's linked down below in the description. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.